Hey everybody, we are on vacation in the Smoky Mountains. Let me, can I turn this camera around? Show y'all the view here from our cabin. Just a beautiful, beautiful view. Thought we'd go in here just for a minute today. Tell you folks some auction tales from our storage unit buying over the years. We've had some wild and crazy stories, all the way from buying a unit that I was just checking the comments here. We've had the pleasure of buying units that were full of junk to units that was completely just empty boxes. And you talking about heartbreaking when you get a unit that's hey Randy Maynard, when you get a unit that's full of empty boxes, it's sort of just super gut-wrenching, especially when you start going through the boxes and you know you gave several $100s, got close to $1,000 tied up in a unit that's nothing but empty boxes. Good morning, Christy. Good morning, Bargain. In fact, good morning, Gail. I was just talking to Gail on Messenger. We're up early and out and about, taking in the sun down here. It's probably done in the 60s down here in the mountains. Great mountain view. We got construction going on where they had the fire down here in Gatlinburg and all the cabins burnt down. Hey Charlie, we got a lot of, the cabin next door, you can hear a lot of banging and beating. Yeah, we are. Let me show you all the view here. Pretty nice. Like I said, it's an awesome view until all this new construction. You see all these cabins here? All these are, there were cabins there when the Gatlinburg fire came, what, in 2016, that burnt these, all the cabins, burnt them down. And there's our view. Do what? Hey, baby! Hey, what are you doing down there? I'm live on YouTube. What are you doing down there, trying to find a bear? Were you finding a bear down there? Oh, okay. There's our view from our cabin, though. You can see it looks pretty trashy. They're trying to do all the cleanups and things like that. And there's what we wake up to every morning. Chainsaws and skill saws and beating and a banging, but it's still pretty nice. Me and Indy went up on the mountain the other night to the top of, what's that called? Kingdom Dome. But yeah, we're having a pretty decent time down there. Let me see the comments here. You can see I'm out here in my bare feet this morning. Morning, Danny Carter. Yeah, they, Angela, I watched some of the videos of it, and all this part in here, everything burnt, even the little Alamo, down here, there's a place called the Alamo Steakhouse, it burnt. There's a great mural on the wall where they say from the old building. I tried to actually buy it from them yesterday. It's like old cowboys and stuff, and they would never price it to me. Yeah, Angela, we actually we're gonna be bidding on some units here in a minute down in Georgia. I think it's Roswell or Boswell, Georgia, that we're gonna actually be bidding on some units here in just probably about an hour. I think is it Roswell or Boswell? One or the other. I can't remember the name. It's close to Atlanta, I think. We're gonna try to win a couple of units down that way, and we're gonna be down here till Roswell, that's it. Yeah, there's a one really pretty decent unit, and then there's a few others that we'd have to go ahead and pick up too uh, to actually be able to get a 20-foot U-Haul and fill it completely up. Because when we go on a trip, I like having the U-Haul completely filled up. Get you guys some bargains. Charles and them's going to be doing everything until we're not going to come back till Sunday. We decided to stay till Sunday. I don't like driving on a Friday trying to get back home, so we're going to have a little extended vacation. I miss all you guys at the auction. Me and little Jerry, we was talking about it last night. We're looking forward to get back. We'll be back Tuesday night with you guys. Charles and Cornbread and them seems like they're doing a great job. I know Gail said there was a little mix-up with her items going somewhere else, and I apologize for that. Those things just happen. I don't know why my comments aren't staying up here where I can see you guys' comments. So I'll turn back around and put my shades on. I didn't even comb my head this morning. Comb my hair, not my head. Well, basically it's my head now. It's reconnecting. There we go. Let me see if I can get the comments again up here. I've lost the comments. I don't know how to get them to stay on this stupid phone. There we go. I need to decline that phone call. Yeah, they're if my comments would stay up here, I keep having to punch. It looks like I'm punching y'all. Yeah, they're doing a great job. We've been watching, sort of keeping track of it. It's hard to sort of get away from something you love, and we definitely love. And anyway, I'll get back to, I want to tell y'all a few stories of some of our storage unit finds and some of the great finds and some of the bad finds. Me and India used to, before you bid everything online, you'd actually go in caravans. And maybe she'll finally call Mama's phone. But we'd go in caravans and around from storage unit to storage unit, and we'd bid live, and you could actually see in the unit and actually smell the unit. If it smelled pretty bad, you just didn't bid on it. And of course, when you're bidding online, you can't do the smell test. And boy, I sure wouldn't have bid on some of them if I could do the smell test online. But that's just part of it. We love it. We like going different states, different areas of the country. Buying one thing that it's sort of sad when you're going through somebody else's items. It's almost like somebody passed away, and you're going through their estate and things like that. It's sort of sad reading some of the letters, and that's the sad part about buying storage units. I hate this. I've been in that spot to where times are rough and times are hard, and it's hard, but there's somebody that's going to buy the storage units, and we can take those. A lot of times we take those because we've got such a good customer base. We can take some of those people's memories, like some of their items, and those items be taken care of. And because I know you guys do, when you buy items from us, you take care of the items, you display them. I mean, we've sold a lot of items to where people like Randy Maynard, they'll display the lighters, or they'll display some of you guys the glassware and stuff. So some of their memories, I'm gonna see if anybody said anything. Yeah, Randy. We've been watching them. They're doing good. If Cornbread to stay off Charles's back, I talked to Charles yesterday. He said we're doing good. He said, but Cornbread just right on top of me. I said, I know the feeling. I said, he just loves you, Charles. And I like aggravating Cornbread. He got into a little tassel. I don't know if those of you know this, but Cornbread just broke up with a gal, and I'm gonna tell this on him. Yeah, that's the way he does me, just like a little puppy. But somebody beat him up the other night. I don't know if they shared this with you guys, but I was watching through my security camera at the auction building, and he had a neck brace on, and I asked him what happened, and he said that somebody jumped him over at his ex-girlfriend's house. So that upset me pretty good. Yeah, he is. And I told him to stay away from that bunch over there, and he didn't listen. People's got to learn, but he learned his lesson. But he went back over there again. I don't know what it was for, but two people jumped and he wound up being in a neck brace and got a bruised collarbone or something like that. So we'll have to look into that when we get back to Scottsville to see who would do somebody. Cornbread's such a lovable boy, and I hope he's not watching. He'll get the big head, but he's a good boy. And for two people to jump him and stomp him and beat him up is just totally ridiculous. But anyway, we'll get back to our story real quick here. We'll tell y'all a story of the Chattanooga unit, I think. That was one of our best finds. Yeah, he needs to. But our best find was down in Chattanooga. That was about 2 weeks after we bought the unit down in, let's see, Clarksville, Tennessee, that was completely empty boxes. And we had bought some more units up in Indiana, so that actually sort of took care of us buying those bad units. But the one in Chattanooga, we gave pretty good money for them. And what was it, 3 units or 4? I don't remember.
4, I believe.
I believe it's 4 units, and they all belong to the same person. And we sort of figured it out. We like to do that. We try to get them to where they're sister units and they belong to the same person. And they were in climate controlled. So that sort of let me know that it was all right to pay what I did for them. And when we got down there, I think me and Ricky Shields and no, Ricky went the time with Charles and them, but it was me and Charles and a few other of us, and we started going through the stuff, and you know, it was an all right unit. They were sort of what do you call them, hoarders. They would go buy like laundry detergent. They wouldn't just buy 1 or 2. They'd buy cases and cases of laundry detergent. Christy said good morning.
Good morning, beautiful.
But they would buy like bars of soap. I don't. Some of you guys remember buying some of this stuff. And that's a good thing about us when we go to the storage units. You guys get a bite. You get the bargains too, and don't have to go through all the traveling and the headaches and going through the trash and stuff. We try to glean all that out. Sometimes we sell trash. I know Charles sold a little trash last night, but you guys bought it. No, he done good. He sold some good items. What part of it I watched. But the Chattanooga unit, we started going through it, and, you know, we was getting some pretty decent items. I wasn't super happy with it. You see who's saying good morning. The Shamrock Pixie. Good morning to you. That must be a new one. I don't know if they was couponers or just credit card users when they caught something on sale. But it was what was it? Soap, dish liquid, washing liquid. It was just all kind, and then perfumes. Some of you ladies got the perfumes that we got.
Kathy Grant got some great perfume.
Yeah, Kathy Grant got some super great perfume. I mean, it was expensive stuff, and it was bottle after bottle, brand new that, you know, never was open. So who else is saying good morning? Oh, Ansley said good morning from Georgia.
Good morning.
But it was just, we was going through that, and then there was barrels and barrels of clothes. I mean, new clothing. It was these cardboard barrels, 50-gallon barrels that had lids on them. Yes, Donna, we are. Me and Indy's fixing to cook breakfast, actually. But in this unit in Chattanooga, like I said, it wasn't super exciting. I was finding some clues. I would find a jewelry box. Not a jewelry box, a jewelry case where like a piece of jewelry came in, and it'd be empty. And I found boxes and boxes of like that, just empty ring boxes. And I thought, well, they, you know, took all their jewelry and put it somewhere else. So we loaded up from Chattanooga, got our U-Haul, the 20-foot U-Haul completely full, couldn't get it all. So we came back and unloaded, and I think Charles and Ricky Shields and a few others. Well, welcome to the channel. We try to have fun. And so we got back, we unloaded. Me and India's, Charles and Ricky and them, they've done going back to Chattanooga to pick up the other stuff. And I'm calling them, what are you finding, what are you finding? And course, it's more detergent and more pretty decent items. There were several good items besides what we found. But so me and India's out working late in the warehouse, what we call the warehouse now. And I told her, I said, now there's some good items in these boxes over here, but I've got to move these stupid barrels of clothes out of the way.
No, it was late, and we had been working all freaking day.
Yeah.
And the barrels were stacked up, and I was ready to go in, and you said, honey, I've got to get to the barrels. It was good. You felt it. You knew it was there. It was good.
Thank you, Shamrock, and tell him thank you also. Yeah, India refreshed my memory.
Ready to go.
She was ready to go in the house because, you know, we'd found pretty good items. We was going to make some money. And I said, let's go through some of these good boxes that's taped up. You know, we hadn't looked through them. Excuse me. I said, that's where your good items are at. So I said, let me move this stupid barrels out of the way so we can get to them. Because I knew the barrels had clothes in them. Of course, it was new clothes and shoes, and some of them was just full
Purses.
of some of them full of good purses and things like that.
Jewelry.
And so we actually took one of the barrels and I moved it, and I don't know what it was, just a hunch.
It was heavy.
It was heavy, but I figured, you know, clothes and stuff. So I took the top off the barrel and I reached down in there and I felt a suitcase. I thought, okay, probably more clothes, you know, stuff like that. And once it reconnected. Well, cool beans. So I'll take a suitcase out, and it's about a 2-foot by 18-inch suitcase, and about 8 inches deep, 10 inches deep, and it's super heavy. And usually when suitcases are super heavy, they got a lot of paperwork in them, things like that. So, but this one was different because it had two little locks. You know where the two zippers come together? It had two little locks on it, and so we got two little wrenches and popped that lock off, and as soon as I unzipped it, that's where all the jewelry was, and all the empty cases and things that I was finding. They had put it all in a suitcase, and we started pulling out, you know, 10 karat gold, 14 karat gold, all the way up to, I think it was 21's the highest it was, 21 karat gold bracelets and necklaces, and you talking about all the storage units that we found where there was nothing but junk in them, to where we just drove 5 and 6 hours and it been nothing but, you know, basically garbage. All of a sudden, all that hard work paid off, and we weighed out the scrap gold just in scrap value alone. Some of you guys bought some of the gold when we had the gold sale. No, none of it was scrap, but we weighed it out, and just in that barrel alone, there was $17,000, and if you just sold it all of scrap, was $17,000 in jewelry. And if you counted the retail value, which we don't sell stuff at retail value most of the time, it goes at auction prices, and we did sell some of it. You guys got to buy some of that jewelry, and it was just India's, yeah, it'll never happen again. India, she was crying, and she told me before we weighed it, she said, go in the house and get her weighing scales, because when we buy gold or fine gold, we have to have little scales to weigh it on. So I was going down the yard, and it was one of those moments that you wait for all your life when you're treasure hunting. And I got the scales and we started weighing it, and of course when I went down the backyard, I was hollering. I told my neighbors the next day that
early morning hours.
Early morning, like 3 o'clock, I was hollering, going down the yard like, yeah. And I told my neighbors the next day, no, I wasn't drinking last night. We just had a really good find, and we were pretty happy. So we weighed it all up, and when something like that happens, and like I said, 2 weeks before that, we bought $800 worth of empty boxes, wasted trip. We hadn't got a good unit. I mean, things were, you know, pretty good, decent, but we was working our tail end off, and it seemed like we were just spinning our wheels in the mud. And then something like that happens, and it lifts you up to a place to where, yeah, it's a super great feeling. And not only that, after that, Chrissy Shields and Ricky was over helping us, and they had threw away. Now, get this, guys. We went through the paperwork. Usually we don't go through the paperwork real good, but we noticed something in the paperwork. They had, you know how you get a little white envelope from the bank when you get a deposit? I mean, when you make a withdrawal, a little money envelope. And they had a bunch of them in there, and every one of them, it was like 2 crisp $1 bills or 3 crisp $1 bills. And there was bunches of these. And I think Christy opened one up, and it had like a $50 bill in it. And then I think altogether we got about $700 or $800 out of those envelopes that they would stick. I guess they would get
change. Remember,
and the change. I mean, altogether it's probably just those envelopes alone was probably $700 or $800. And it wasn't just all in one place. It was just an envelope at a time, $2 or $3, $20, $30. And yeah, that was a very strange unit. And we went through. Usually we throw most of the paperwork. Yeah, Chrissy's on there. She can tell you, guys, it was. And there was change. You'd find changes. Then Charles actually found in a rolled up sleeve. That's why you always go through the clothes. If you ever buy a storage unit, go through the clothes, because that's not the first time that I found jewelry in a clothes. Charles found and rolled up in a sleeve another thing of jewelry, probably another $4,000 or $5,000 worth of gold jewelry, rolled up in a sleeve on out of one of the barrels where they had rolled it up in a sleeve, tied a knot in the end of the sleeve, and hid gold in it. So that was another good find. That unit wound up being a unit that.
That was that huge necklace.
Yeah, the huge necklace on there. That unit wound up being. We had bought one about 8 years ago that was similar to it, that had a safe in it, and everything was in the safe. But this unit, after 8 years of looking and searching, and we have found. Don't get me wrong. Yeah. Yes, you do. It was. I think, Chrissy, we still got some of those barrels in the one of the buildings at the house. We still got some of that unit that we've not sold yet. But you know, it's still, even after that, you know, we still, before we find pretty rare stuff sometimes, and collectibles and just common things. But when you find something like that, the emotions are so high. And then the next unit you go to, and used to, you know, when you find a gold ring, one gold ring, you'd be like, yeah. And now you find one gold ring and you're like, okay, a gold ring. So it does take your expectations up to a real high level when you're buying storage units. But you got to be careful, because after I bought that 8 years ago that had the safe in it and around $25,000 worth of coins and jewelry in it, about 8 years ago, I overpaid on a lot of units, thinking I was going to repeat that just immediately, and I overpaid for a lot of units, and it cost me a lot of money. Probably wound up costing me the amount of money that I'll read the comments here in just a second, but it probably wound up costing us that amount of money we found 8 years ago going after other units.
That's all part of it, though.
Yeah, when there's food in it, it is bad. Now, if the food's still in date, now the unit we bought here the other day, the unit we bought, we still had some canned food in there that we got to put in the Samaritan boxes because they were still in date. But some of the food is yucky. You're right.
Yeah, please don't store food.
Yeah, they store, when they do, you wind up, you know, with critters in there and things like that. But this time, we learned by our mistake on the first big unit that we ever found. We learned by our mistake. We didn't go out and immediately think we're going to find the next big unit. We kept our head on straight. And last time we didn't. We thought every unit was going to be the big find again. And we spent a lot of time looking for that instead of going back to the basic, you know, buying the common units and things like that. And just letting the, you know, whatever happens, happens. And after we got this big unit, I didn't overpay for units again, trying to find that big hit again. And one day we'll find another big hit, I'm sure. But we're not going to overpay for units. We're going to keep our head on straight, because we know those type units just come along probably about every 4, 5, 6 years. Just so happens it was 8 years since we found a unit like that. But anyway, it was fun. We got to do some things and help some people out that we hadn't, you know, had the opportunity to do that before. But we're going to be, matter of fact, I need to get off here so we can go actually bid on some units down close to Atlanta, Georgia. So maybe we'll have some super great bargains by Tuesday night, because I'll probably send Charles and somebody down to get it. If we win it, get it to tomorrow. And they may actually have some of it Saturday night. Let me read some of your comments real quick. Yeah, you do. Rebecca said her biggest find so far is 8,500 in $50 bills. Cool beans.
Oh,
You found a drug dealer's unit. Is what you did. All $50 bills. Isn't that cool?
okay.
Our biggest cash find. Who was it said that? Rebecca. We will Shamrock. Our biggest cash find, I think, is around just as far as just in one little spot. I think our biggest cash find ever is probably $180 in them all that we found in that little bitty drop and pop safe.
I don't remember.
Yes, Ansley. We try to talk to managers. We try to do different things like that to try to find out the area. It does. Sometimes it matters because I went all the way down into North Carolina one time, and as soon as I seen the neighborhood and everything, I knew I'd messed up buying those units, and I was absolutely right. And sometimes you can go into the big, richer neighborhoods and do the same thing. But Ansley, you said Roswell was a pretty decent area, didn't you? Yeah, we found. Oh, we did find almost a 3-carat diamond in a gold pendant. I'll tell you that story will come.
I'm gonna go in there.
All right, I'll be down. We'll start doing some breakfast. I'm gonna get off here and get some breakfast and do some storage unit buying. Can't be on vacation all the time. I'll let you guys see the view one more time. Here's where we're at. That's our beautiful view this morning. The sun's shining bright. It's around 60-some degrees down here. Cool beans. Cool beans. All right, we're going to go help India fix some breakfast and get everybody else up and about, and we're going to go through some kind of riddle room today. All right, you guys have a good time. Hey, I missed every one of y'all. I miss it when I'm watching it online and I have to come out and say something, aggravate Charles or aggravate Cornbread, because I miss you guys. I miss doing the auction. Little Jerry's helping us full time now and doing a great job. And I think he's actually missing it too, because he told me before. He said, Daddy, I don't want to get in front of the camera. Jeremiah always didn't mind it a bit, and Jerry didn't want to. And now that he's got in front of the camera and he's met you guys, and he knows you guys are so cool, he loves it. And I appreciate you guys being kind to him, because I enjoy having my son helping me with the auctions. That means a lot to me, or my kids, or things like that, and taking part in it. And hopefully he'll continually enjoy it and maybe make a career out of it like old Dad and go out treasure hunting when I'm long gone. But anyway, guys, I'm going to get off here. I got some units to buy, get y'all some bargains, and I may holler back at y'all later on. Y'all have a good day, a great day, and we're going to try to do the same. God bless y'all. Love y'all. Y'all pray for me. I've sort of been I'm going to share this with y'all real quick. Even though we're down here on vacation and I'm having a good time with the children, I got some more of the family on the way. Hey, Auction Land, love you guys. Thanks for watching. But I've had a depression cloud about since we got down here. And I just need y'all to pray for me. Depression runs in my family sometimes, anxiety attacks and things like that. And I just try to weather it. I weather the storm for my kids, for my family, for you guys, for my business. I just weather through it. And a lot of times you guys see me smiling. And y'all know that probably think old Jerry, Uncle Jed's having a good time and all that, but sometimes underneath that smile, I've got depression. So you guys pray for me. I'm feeling a lot better this morning and today. That's why I haven't been on camera. So y'all just say, if you don't mind, say a little prayer for me, because it's just something you fight through, and it's something that no matter. Thank you, Ansley. It's just something you fight through. We've got so many things on our burners, just a lot of things going on, and so you guys say a prayer for us, and we're going to keep on smiling. We're going to fight through it. Thank you. Trying to read that right, Emma. Thank you. Appreciate it. All right. India's hollering for me. I got to go, guys. Love y'all. Let me figure out how, I don't know how to turn it off on this phone. Y'all may just have to stay with me and help me fix breakfast. I got to figure it out here. I don't know how to turn this off. I've never did this on the phone. All right, I'm trying to figure this out. How to turn it off. Maybe that's it.